Have you ever wondered why some pre-owned MRI machines cost $100,000 while others go for over $1 million? Unfortunately, it's not as simple as picking one off a shelf, and if you're not careful, you could end up overpaying or missing key features your facility actually needs. So in this video, I'm going to break down how MRI pricing works. I'll walk you through the 5 biggest factors that impact cost, the 3 major price tiers, and how to calculate the true total cost of ownership. And by the end, you'll know what to expect when budgeting for an MRI machine. And I'll even share a free project planning checklist to help you avoid delays, hidden costs, and last-minute headaches when you're ready to bring in your new system. Obviously, there's no one-size-fits-all price for an MRI machine, but understanding what drives the cost will put you in the best position to make a smart investment. So let's go through the factors that determine the price of an MRI machine. We talk with MRI buyers every single day, and in a very general sense, the broader your needs are, the less money you're potentially going to spend. This is all relative, of course, and competition can and will dictate decisions in many cases also. These are the factors we're seeing right now that tend to swing the pricing for MRI systems. Number 1, magnet field strength. The strength of an MRI system's magnetic field is directly proportional to the level of detail in the images the system produces. Most MRIs these days are either 1.5 or 3 Tesla. All other things being equal, you should expect to spend about 25% more for a 3T system. Number 2, bore size. The size of the patient bore, which is where the patient enters the system, can be either 60 centimeters or 70 centimeters. 70 centimeter is known as wide bore system and is generally preferred for patient comfort. Expect to spend more, sometimes 50% more, for a 70 centimeter bore system, as they are generally newer and tend to come with additional features. Number 3, the coil set. As versatile as an MRI can be, they can be made even more versatile by adding additional coils that are uniquely suited to various studies. For the most part, adding coils outside the standard setup will come with a price tag. Number 4, specialized options. We're seeing more and more customers asking for things like AI capability, whole body imaging, and options related to traumatic brain injury studies. Fine-tuning the features on a pre-owned MRI depends either on locating a system on the market with the necessary licenses already preloaded or adding them later. This is possible, but it can be expensive. Finally, number 5, multi-channel capability. The more RF channels an MRI has, the better able it will be to cut through the noise and listen for the signal that creates the image. Image clarity and acquisition speed are always the goal. And especially in the case of 1.5 systems, a higher number of RF channels, and we're talking 48 channel or higher typically, will allow you to get the most out of your system. So based on that information, and if for instance you're going to be doing very basic whole body scanning, an entry-level system may be just fine, especially if you're trying to keep your initial cash outlay low. However, if you're looking for some higher end or more difficult to find features, you may need to explore the upper end. To make things easier, we've separated pricing into 3 tiers. So let's take a look at these, along with what you can expect for each one. Tier 1. MRI machines in this tier, as of the recording of this video, would be $100,000 to about $250,000, plus installation and service. Systems in Tier 1 are ideal for someone who is just starting out in the MRI business with a goal of keeping costs low. If you are doing very basic scans, and don't expect to be doing a lot of higher-end neuro or cardiac work, these could be completely adequate for your needs. Tier 1 systems are also used a lot in the veterinary space and for centers with lower than average patient volume, at least initially. In this tier, you should expect to see somewhat older systems with 4 to 8 RF channels, standard coil sets, and possibly 60 centimeter bore sizes. Tier 2 machines are going to range, as of this recording, between $250,000 to $450,000, plus installation and service. This is probably the sweet spot in the pre-owned and refurbished market. In Tier 2, you'll see systems with an average of 16 RF channels, a wide variety of coils, typically wider bores, and very current technology. Because these are typically newer units, they are also very serviceable with a wide variety of parts available and in our stock. Systems in Tier 2 should be capable of most scans needed on the market today, and they tend to be very popular due to their versatility and upgradability. Tier 3 systems, as of today, would be $450,000 and up, again, plus installation and service. These are typically the newest systems on the secondary market. With these Tier 3 systems, you are nearly always going to get 70cm bore size, fully digital coil technology, which results in faster scans and better image clarity, better access to newer software features, and RF channels running 24 and higher. Many 3T systems will fall in this high tier as well. Because these systems are newer, they're often more difficult to find, so if you're interested in these higher-end systems, it's best to allow a little more time to access just the right one. In addition to the MRI itself, another cost that must be considered is all the logistics, site planning, construction work, setup, and service that feed into the total cost of buying and owning an MRI. For the most up-to-date pricing, I'll throw a link to our pricing guide in the description below. As you can see, there are a lot of factors that go into how much an MRI costs, and missing a single detail can lead to delays, unexpected costs, or the wrong machine for your needs. That's why we put together a free project planning checklist to walk you through every step of the process. Click the link in the description to download your checklist now so you can avoid costly mistakes and make your MRI purchase as smooth as possible. And you can always reach out to us at Block Imaging directly if you have more questions or are interested in parts, service, or equipment. And by the way, I barely touched on the differences between an open MRI, closed, and wide bore MRI. If you want to learn more about that and making sure you select the right machine, check out this next video. And thanks for watching.